Oh,
Okay.
hello.
Oh, hello. We are good today. We are good today. Today is good.
Oh, shit.
Whoa, shit. Anyway, okay. Back at it
I
again,
feel like
this
it reminds me of
time
Bella, this
playing
chair.
after a little bit of a kerfuffle last week with um, having to cancel because some late people came in and it was just, might as well just wait for everybody to be actually here. So here we start. 2 weeks ago, the party had arrived onto an island that wound up to actually be a series of small two islands and sorry three islands. One was really small that was behind a few other high cliffs that they couldn't see when they first arrived. There they met a siren roaming tribe of nomads, and they were able to meet a little girl whose name Anhea, who called over Quinn and C to come speak with um, Gaia uh, on the beach. Gaia, after giving her statement of her being a part of the following of Thylea and herself speaking with Thylea, everyone seemed to be floored and said, "Okay, you must speak with our own prophet, whose name is Lero." Lero turned out to be a cat,
A cute
or
one at that.
a really cute, fluffy cat that can fly, has little wings, super cute. Turns out that Lero used to be a siren, and some time ago, became a cat that could fly. A very sassy cat at that, and with not the best memory. Um, but enough wisdom and memory, enough in terms of like information that she had regarding her past, that she could provide Gaia with some answers or lead her to a place that can provide those answers. So they said they were going to go to the Dragon Claw Island, which had this enormous tree on the island. It was very surreal. It was just very lush green. It had different multicolored bushes and trees, flowers. It was just different. There they met Choco and Bobo, as well as this beautiful lush tree with bright red orangey leaves, and surrounding the tree, right behind it, are four claw-like spires of rock that resembled a bit of like a dragon claw, hence the name Dragon Claw Island. Gaia went through this entire journey when Lero and Gaia communed together, with the tree's help, linking them to Thylea, where they were able to, in a sense, astro project themselves to the tree of Thylea herself, which was somewhere in the middle of the Cerulean Sea. There, Gaia just got this huge download of information of bringing together a lot of her dreams, messages that were kind of missing in translation, or just like little hints here, little hints there, but nothing really cohesive or concise enough for her to get together and be like, what's going on? And then from there was able to put it in some type of chronological order, as well as ask for a favor. The favor being that not only can Gaia go to an island called Fire Island, where she could perhaps save one of her ancestors, her original ancestor that was cursed to have their wings chopped off, and therefore their bloodline cursed for the wings of their children, to eventually fall out after a certain amount of time, as they grow up. And it afflicted her mother. It afflicts Gaia herself, though there seems to be some little bit of a protection about her wings at this moment on, after a blessing when they were in Mithras. Seemed to have revitalized her wings, given her a little bit of little extra something, little oomph. So there was a sense there that she'd be able to not only help her ancestor that would perhaps maybe break something about the curse or do something about the curse, as well as somewhere deep, deep within the island is a lost pantheon member from ancient times, one of the original children of Thylea that was captured, and Thylea herself said 1 of 7. So we know the 3, but not the others. So therefore, Gaia is tasked or is asked for a favor to free this child that is locked away underneath the island, but not sure exactly how to release that child in a sense. From there, Gaia was brought back, and in the hind course, the rest of the party were kind of just hanging around, having conversations with each other. Hesperia and Calder decided to check out this pirate island that was just north of where, it's a northwest of the Dragonclaw Island, and saw that there just seemed to be a big frat party going on over there. It's like, what the fuck? Just these dumbass pirates launching themselves with their trebuchets and their catapults just, into the water, into the lake or something like that, or just blowing shit up on the sand, but somehow making glass at the same time as someone picks up the glass shards and goes, and at one point, one of them catapulted themselves across to the Siren Island, where the Sirens got super annoyed. One of the Sirens came and dragged them off the cliff and threw them onto the other side, where they're like, yay. Seems to be some type of sport. Not sure what's going on. But that's what you guys got from your perception across the island. Nothing too deep. Not sure what else is over there. Anyway, you guys came back. Gaia came back very much in this state of like vibration of energy, just a little bit of overload. Same as Lero, who is back in cat form. When she was in spirit form, she was absolutely a siren, but now that she is back in her physical form, she's still a cat, as she says. And that's where we left off. I will let you guys have at it. And
there was one more important thing that sort of happened.
Little thing.
Just a
minor
little
thing.
Oh yeah, just a
tiny
little, small,
little thing that
little
happened.
dragon egg thing. I didn't think that was very important, but if you guys absolutely need this, that's fine. At the very end, the dragon tree, they found out, spoke Draconic and just kind of grinded a little, growled a little in Draconic. Gaia turned around, saw something in the tree, reached in and pulled out a silver dragon's egg.
Yeah,
And
we got to give that to Cena.
Hesperia March. I was like, oh my goodness, what the hell? Is that the
shit,
fucking
Alex.
dragon egg?
No, it's nothing.
I think it's a dragon egg. Let me see that, Gaia.
Gaio is kind of like holding the egg and like kind of in a state of shock after everything she just saw and the information passed along. That maternal instinct kind of kicked in. If Hesperia's like, let me see that, she's like, no!
Hesperia's like reaching to grab it.
like hold it up like, I don't know why I'm denying this, but it feels right. Sorry, here. She'll like kind of like hand it to Hesperia so she can like observe it.
Yeah.
But like kind of like keep grip on it as you pull it away from me. Like, sorry.
No, sorry.
Yeah.
I just want to just not like. I think they're both like holding it at this point. Hesperia just like, wants to like get a good look at it, right? Like, is it warm? Does it seem alive?
Yeah, it feels warm. It make a perception investigation with advantage.
Oh, I'm better at those. I think should be.
If it's
Way
warm
better
as a
at
silver dragon egg, isn't that bad?
I don't know, dude. I'll look at my notes here in 1 second. Ooh,
25.
But it
Awesome.
just came. Of course, it's going to be warm. It just came out of a fire tree.
Yeah.
Just about to say. You look over and you can see that.
Fresh out of the oven.
Yeah, it's a fire. This is more of like a fire infused dragon tree, and it is indeed, when you see the little licks of like not licks, I'm sorry, it's like small little embers on the inside. Gaia, when you reached in, it didn't burn you, nothing like that. It was just like, oh, you reach in and you pull out an egg. It's not hot, it's just warm. It's not burning anybody's fingers, nothing like that.
Yeah.
If you hold it up to the light, since you got 25, you hold it to the light, it's a thick egg. It's not quite how to say, it's not did I show it to you guys? No, that's what it looks like. Okay. It's not quite like, it looks almost scale-esque in its decoration. That's like the facade of the egg or something like that. But when you look it up, you can kind of see a little bit of like it move, like whatever inside move and stuff. Like plates as well.
Sorry. I think like Hesperia wasn't like going to like fully snatch it away from Gaia, so like she wouldn't like rip it away from Gaia's arms. But like I think there'd come a point where it's like she's like looking at it, and then she like it's like, oh my goodness, yes. I mean, it's the right size, the right shape. Or I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing. And then like meets Gaia's eyes, and there's that like, oh shit, do I have to give this back, or like whose is that? What are we doing here? She's just like slowly gonna start pulling it away if she can.
Yeah, no. I think I will snatch that back up after seeing the small but subtle movements of Speria taking the egg away. Like, okay. So what do you know about it?
There's the least recorded of the dragon kind. I remembered my histories right. The most notable of them was Belmitria, but everybody knows that. And otherwise, let me think here. They tend to actually like the writings that I'm familiar with, at least, talk about cold and dark places to nestle this, or one of these.
Calder doesn't say anything, but he just looks towards the tree that has embers in it and is confused. But
So I think Mythos would have moved over by now, and he's got that bucket hanging from his neck. He might even like have like one arm lounging on it, the other one holding his big axe. But yeah, he might bring up like the writings were also only half right about Junior here.
Junior?
Junior? Is that what you've named him?
It's what I'm calling the egg. He hasn't hatched yet, so he doesn't have a name.
You don't know what the gender of this creature
Exactly.
is, but you're referring to it. That seems remarkably sexist.
Well, I'm hoping for a boy.
I like the name Terra. I think that's pretty gender inclusive.
Is it? I don't know anybody named Terra.
You're not from
It's
a
from the
siren
old
village?
words.
This isn't this is the dragon, not the siren.
Gaia has a wealth of knowledge. Have you heard of Jesus Christ?
Of the old ones.
Of the old ones?
Of the old ones, indeed.
Of the old ones, indeed. Look, dragons do not... They have their own culture, yes, but it is long lost in the world of mortals. What better way to... I just hit the wrong button like 7 times in a row. What better way to draw them into our culture and fit them in with our community other than indoctrinating them into our society?
See, you're using some very alarming language there.
19 intelligence, Hesperia. What about you?
You're not attuned to that.
I am now.
Oh, when did that happen?
I've been since last night.
You're a liar, you mean. A liar. A charlatan.
It has been a 3-week-long day, let me tell you that.
You know, I think I got room in my bucket for another. I can take that.
No. No, 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 no.
No, 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 no.
I need to pick at this
We are
one.
going to deal with this ourselves.
Ourselves.
Of course.
Look, I don't remember anyone here other than me getting a vision from Thylea herself, providing that infant.
I just didn't want to go about talking about it. I thought it was more personal. No, about my vision.
Okay, what was your vision?
Thylea spoke to me and said that I'd get a dragon egg, and one of my good friends would be the one to find it, but I would,
When?
come to
Okay.
me.
No, that is
Just
100.
now.
Now.
I honestly, Thylea, within the last 6 months, has worked so mysteriously. But just to be sure, do you mind if I cast a spell to just confirm the truthness of what you've said?
You can do that?
I can do that, yes.
Of course.
Okay, I will. And I'll cast Zone of Truth. I believe I need a wisdom save from Hesperia.
So is it everybody in the zone?
Only a 12.
Everybody in the zone. I think my DC is 14. So hold on, let me ping this spell. Right. Zone of Truth. There it is. 15-foot sphere. Creatures that enter the spell's effect for the first time have to make a charisma saving throw. What's your charisma modifier, Alex?
No, still it was like a 9 on the first roll.
Oh, so your charisma is a +1. Got it. So you rolled a 13.
No.
My charisma is a 3.
Yeah,
So
I rolled a 9. I rolled a 9.
3, 6. Okay, all right. Yeah. No, so unless you're like out of range of the spell, I'll know if you're lying.
Mm.
Are you within 15 feet of me? I'll take you at face value.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Like right next to him. Still with the egg.
So imagine like in your minosphere, you're like, absolutely Thylea gave me a vision, but like to everyone else, you're like, nope, she didn't say shit.
No. Asperia would kind of pause it, like, I mean, as far as I'm aware, she hasn't not given me a vision. Taps her nose. Like,
Okay.
obviously she knows.
I'll
She's bullshitting.
I'll give you I'll give you the verbiage there, but Gaia will like slowly shift like away, like the torso away from me, like, huh. I see. And like kind of like tuck the egg away to her side, but she'll.
Mythos is kind of. Sorry, go ahead. Sorry,
No,
I cut you off. No, that's fine.
it.
You go.
That's it.
Oh. As you're like tucking the egg away, Mythos is like looking around at the zone and goes, "I am the most handsome man in the party. Oh, it works."
Are you within 15 feet of me?
Yeah, he's right there. He's.
I need you to make a charisma saving throw, pretty please.
I mean, I'm pretty sure Mythos would believe what he's saying.
Oh,
it's just
whatever you think is the truth is the truth. So if that's what you think, absolutely you can.
Yeah, no, I'm just having a gaff, but
Also,
for real though,
let's be clear. Calder is definitely like prettier, but like handsome. I mean, elves handsome. I've seen enough Lord of the Rings. They're not handsome. They're pretty.
Calder is quite attractive.
I will say we got a band of good-looking fellows with, I would say Calder is handsome, but Mythos has a rugged, fueled perspective that it brings to light other emotions other than handsome.
not that I don't enjoy the compliment, but I feel like we're getting off topic here.
That is very, very accurate. I don't know how to take
Never
care of an egg. So.
Well, that's kind of what I was getting at. Was
Yeah.
the study said that a bronze egg should be, shocked. It doesn't mention anything about seawater, and here I am. He taps his bucket full of seawater. And so perhaps
Right.
your egg is the same, though silver mentions cold. Perhaps it's a mixture of dark and hot.
You
It could
said
also-
silver mentions what?
Silver tends to mention the darkness and cold. Certainly, it might be close to hatching. Studies are obviously very, very limited on this topic and potentially flawed, as Mythos is saying.
Okay. Sure. Obviously. I'm gonna.
Are you
Have
sure?
take a second. Gaia's gonna step away to the tree, and she's going to audibly pray, and not for everyone to hear her. That she's not hiding anything. Like, hi. Just know we had a really intense conversation. How do I make this not die? Something along those lines to Thylea, audibly. Maybe she gets a response. I don't know. If you want me to roll anything, I can, but...
Are the caretakers still around, by the way? The two...
They're there.
Bumble and Chumble, whatever the names are.
Mumble and Jumble.
Yeah,
That's a good name.
Yeah, that's good, actually. I'm about to remember that.
Yeah, they noticed the egg birth.
They're too busy arguing with each other. You know, one of them, like, you can see smoke coming out of their mouth. The other one, you can see a little bit of electricity, like at the corner of the edges of their mouth. They look like they're about to like get in on it. Their eyes start to get really, really big and start taking on different colors. Like you don't know what they're arguing about, and you see Hero kind of like stop. You know, like wait, hold on.
Sure.
Yeah.
While guys praying, Hesperia will whistle for them. Hey, Guardians! Chop! Like, maybe she'll say it in Draconic after a moment if they don't look her way.
Oh, yeah, that absolutely gets their... Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, but you could deal with Gaia first.
For Gaia, you're asking Thylea, and if you can go ahead and roll a percentile die. And... we'll see what number you get. Hesperia, you whistle, you kind of go over there. They can't really hear you, but if you go over there a little bit, you whistle and be like, hey, but they're basically arguing about the best color that looks the best on whatever. You're not entirely sure. It's kind of ridiculous. Oh, 63. Unfortunately, that is not over 80. So you don't really get too much. You kind of just get a little bit of like a wind through your hair. However, you don't seem to have gotten a response. Maybe the connection is a little taxing on Thylea. You're not entirely sure. Your plate is really clinking into the mic. Sorry. Just a FYI, whoever's ever eating. So you don't get anything from Thylea, unfortunately. Hesperia, you mentioned you're asking, hey, come over, ask about an egg, and you see Bobo and Choco, like, now that they're thoroughly distracted, as any child would, they kind of turn around and go, what? Where? Egg?
The tree.
You got the egg?
The tree offered Gaia an egg.
Oh, it finally pooped it out.
Don't use that terminology.
It didn't. It gave...
Your children.
It gave it willingly, Choco. Did you reach in and extract it? Well done. I guess it likes you. You're not right. And you kind of goes a little weird. You can see that even though it has these little cute fuzzy paws, and little like toe beans at the end of the toe beans are serious claws. It doesn't hurt the egg at all. It just kind of taps it like, yes you are. Yes you are going to turn a really big dragon.
Who is saying that? And are they touching the egg when they say that?
Choco is like, you know, like cooing at it. Wait, did you have it out or did you have it in your pack?
It's out for the most part. I haven't like hid it from anybody, but like if I'm seeing this happen, should be like, okay, I'm in the middle of praying. Do you mind? Like pulling it away from.
Oh, okay. Oh,
I mean,
okay.
if they're the guardians of this tree, maybe it's their egg.
oh no, ew, no.
Okay,
Choco and
nothing says
Bobo
that.
have this like intense no, like nope. Mm-mm.
Do you know anything about the origin of this tree? Necessarily?
Yes.
Will you share that information?
Mm.
Please?
Okay, since you said please, well, okay. So, back in the day, when the Earth was not as pretty as it was right now, Earth, Dylea, not bad. There was a whole big war, and there were 2 dragons. One was silver, and the other one was bronze, and they loved each other so much. They were partners. But the war was not very good. So they decided that they were going to leave their egg here. And then Bobo kind of cuts in and says, eggs. There's 2 others. No, 1 others. This is one. The other one, I don't know where it is. Yeah, we lost that one, Choco says. Don't know where it went. My bad.
Wait, what do you mean you lost one?
And
How
Mythos
long
just
ago?
kind of drapes an arm over his bucket to hide the egg a little.
Did a little pseudo dragon come and take it?
And Arcos tucks into his mane.
You see Choco's eyes go like huge. I was like, what? How did you? No, not at all. I was playing with it, and it flew away.
Eggs? You mean you dropped it?
I think it flew away. I'm pretty sure.
Wait, so you can
sounds
just
to me
take the
as-
eggs out of the tree and put them back at any time?
Yeah.
The egg wasn't hatched in your story?
No. Okay, so this egg
Pseudo.
is not supposed to be in this tree. It's supposed to be another egg, but I lost it. So, but the tree needed an egg back. So I took this one and put it in there, even though it's supposed to be in the cave. Don't yell at me.
Okay, from where?
Oh, you can see like Choco gets really uncomfortable and Bobo gets extra uncomfortable. And Bobo says, so you know the story about the those dragons we were talking about. Okay, so they had a guardian. There's 2 guardians. There's this tree here, and then there's another guardian in the island up there. We wanted to see the egg. We didn't give it back because she lost it.
So you kidnapped an unhatched dragon from a guardian.
Well, I mean,
How
we could share
despicable.
custody.
Where did this other egg fly off to?
Bobo looks at Choco, and Choco points in some direction.
Yeah.
Why don't we start with the simple? What
Can
type
I-
of egg was it?
Can I are they saying it do they believe that it flew away, or like
you
did
can
they
make you
drop it
can
in there trying to
absolutely make
bullshit?
an insight check. It's gonna be a low ass roll of like 5.
I'm not very good at them.
Well, unless you get a natural 1, 5.
Oh, I
See,
got a
it was
6. Let's go.
5 was okay, so Bobo thinks that it fell. Choco is lying through her teeth, or its teeth.
So they dropped it. Like that's what we
Well,
get.
yeah.
They don't happen to be in the zone of truth range, do they?
Oh, is that still active?
If it lasts for 10 minutes.
Yeah, last 10 minutes. Yeah, thank you,
Hey, I like it. So Choco kind of goes, well, no, it didn't fly away by itself.
Did you drop it?
Well,
Did the creature take it?
I just saw that the egg was in the air and it had wings. So maybe it hatched. I don't know.
Right. What type of egg was it?
Oh, it was
brass.
bronze.
Bronze. Oh, bronze. Bronze. Not brass?
I think it was bronze.
I don't know that you'd be able to tell the difference. I'm realizing.
No, bronze has a different coloration. It has a little bit more of like the earthy bark look, and the brass has more of the shiny look. Oh, but not quite gold. Does that make sense? Two different colors.
It's one of the first things you've said today that's made a moderate amount of sense.
That's because I'm a logical creature. Okay, so my story was before I was rudely interrupted. So there's the two lovebirds, and they died. So the big evil mean god that likes to throw lightning decided to come down and went poof to one, and it fell over there. And you can see their bones are there. Rest in peace. And the other one went to go and try to, fell the evil titan. But instead it fell instead. And so it landed here, right here. And she points to the tree. And so we then used our magics and made it into the tree. And it left behind, like I said, it left behind the eggs. So one we had to keep in here because it's good for, it's good for it. And the other one we left with the other guardian. He no happy very much.
And you took a silver. I mean,
it technically.
I think it's still alive.
Yes, it is. See, you can see it. Look. Just look at it. It's fine. It just doesn't like heat.
Hold on. Are you telling me that I'm a dad?
No,
or a mom.
No. They're not telling you that at all, Gaia.
Okay.
19 intelligence.
That doesn't save me from the panic and
A god,
social anxiety I'm having under the fact that I've received an egg as a random gift in the middle of the ocean.
Right, but that doesn't make you a mother or father or whatever.
It does not make me one.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, congratulations. Woo, woo. And you can see little, from prestidigitation or some type of spell, you can see little, fireworks coming out of its arms. It goes like this.
Yep.
Right, so
Great.
we should probably get it somewhere cold very quickly.
Yeah.
If it's been in that tree.
Probably.
On that note, do we have any? We don't have ice on the ship. Do we have any sort of spells or?
I can work. Yes, I can do things. I'm a fucking wizard, remember. Ooh, magic.
I suppose I could always also put up the dome and just claim my comfortable temperature as freezing.
I don't know that that's how that magic works. I don't think you just get
Use
to
a
tell
winter eladrin. Makes sense to me.
It just makes,
I'm
if
not
you want
sure
it to
that
hatch, it has to be in the cold. So, but I didn't want the tree to get lonely, so I don't mean it like that. It shouldn't be alone.
Out of curiosity, this other guardian,
Yeah.
what is it?
Oh, you don't know. You don't need to know.
My friend is currently carrying the egg it was in charge of safeguarding, and you just said it's not happy. I feel like we need to know.
I mean, in their defense, Calder, it seems incredibly incompetent at its job.
Well, its name is Massey. It's not from Thalia. It sort of accidentally arrived, and it was already here before the the silver and the bronze dragon came, and so it decided that it was okay for them to rest here, and they made friends before their downfall, and it bequeathed itself its guardian to at least one of the eggs to watch over. And technically it was this one, and it's dark and cold in the cave, so it kept it safe. And then, well, I wanted to see it because, you know, we are family guardians too. And, well, we were just playing, you know, it's good to talk to the little one before it hatches. So it knows things like your voice, and then we can play. But I turned around after we were playing a really intense game of hide and seek, and next thing it was in the air flying away.
And Mythos, you have a bronze,
No.
a brass one, right?
I have what?
You have a brass egg? Is that
Where?
right? In the bucket.
This is Junior.
Right. What color is Junior again?
Well, that sounds incredibly judgmental. He can be any color he wants to be.
Right. But the egg that he is in?
Yeah,
Is this what did your little pseudo dragon get the egg from here?
I don't know.
Well, ask it.
Of course not. Are we still in the zone of truth?
Yes. But I think you passed it though. You hit
guys-
a 14.
I think it's
To be fair, you have to make the save every 6 seconds until you fail, as long as you're in the area.
Yeah. I think we just need to. Nobody's going to take the egg from you, Mythos.
Of course not. It's a good
Why are
way
you
to
being-
lose an arm.
Why are you being so cagey about this?
Because
It doesn't
to-
matter. It doesn't matter if Arkelos stole the egg from somebody. You've got it now, and nobody's taking it away from you. It just would be very good to know if there's another egg out there. I would certainly like to know.
plenty of eggs out there.
No, there's not.
We're gonna find them.
There's like by definition, there's not plenty.
I mean, if a Castus can get his hands on enough to fill a dragon wing.
Right, but he's getting little idiot dragons.
It's also worth pointing out, if Gaia retrieved an egg from this tree, which admittedly the egg wasn't there originally, but a different one was, and there are more of these trees around.
And I mean, it's possible, certainly, but...
Are
mean,
you
again-
saying there are more baby eggs in trees that aren't getting loved?
It's
Possible.
possible.
Well, that will just not stand. All eggs deserve attention.
Choco or Bobo says,
Only we had a
not
court that
all
could
the
rule on
trees will
this.
have eggs in them, silly. This one though did, because the dragon, we need to put that egg in there. Not all dragon trees are from dragons. We turned it
the egg
into
in
a
there?
tree. Yes, the copper one we did.
Wait, you said so many different colors now. It was bronze, now it's copper.
Bronze. I was reading at something and I was changing something on Chinny's sheet to highlight
It's
what
fine,
he
it's fine,
had.
it's fine.
And so I said copper. What did I say? It's supposed to be bronze.
Bronze. Okay, yeah, that was yes. And again,
Mixing my
it's been
eggs.
3 weeks. Chinny's egg is brass, right?
Bronze.
No, bronze.
It is bronze. Okay,
It's
so
bronze.
it's a pretty reasonable assumption based off what we're hearing that Arkelos found this egg here and flew off with it.
It seems like Arcos grabbed it, and all this thing could see was Arcos's
Yeah.
wings as the egg flew off. Would be my guess.
All right, cool.
So like Bobo kind of like, as you guys are talking and like there's an egg and the bucket and stuff, Bobo kind of looks over and is like, why do you have that? You're just carrying a bucket. It's weird. You're
Hesperia
weird.
will go to answer, but I'll let Jenny answer first. Or you guys know, I think, at this point that Hesperia is definitely going to answer if somebody wants to, like, stop her from answering.
These little things. I think, yeah. Mythos. I don't think he'd answer. Probably just, yeah. He'd like look down at it, look back at the guardian, quote unquote. Yeah.
Hesperia would just like, our golden friend here has a pseudo-dragon companion or familiar that found an egg on his behalf. Probably this one, yes.
You found the egg? Oh! Wait. Bobo interrupts. He took the egg? And he's like, where is he? Let me see it. And he kind of like raises up on his paws. Again,
No.
Instead of, it's like 3 feet, but tall, it's 6 feet. Again, still smaller than you, Mythos, but enough to like look over.
And from what I recall in all of these studies that I have pursued, the egg chooses the rider. It is not always clear why.
Who told you that? That's stupid. He like,
Read it in some like wizard book or something. Like,
is it
there are a bunch of
okay? Are
blogs
you
around, I
keeping
don't
it?
know.
Are you keeping it? Are you keeping it? Are you keeping it in the sunshine? Are you keeping it? Did you zap it?
We've been zapping it.
Let me see it. I don't believe you.
No.
What do you mean no?
No. You
That-
lost it. You defaulted on your responsibility, and it has passed into a more worthy.
I did not.
Oh.
She did.
No. Mythos. Sorry. Mythos interject. I gotta cough. Yeah. No. No, it's fine. You've done your job. You've protected the egg, and now it's reached its final destination. We will take them, hatch them, and they will stand alongside us when the oath of peace is broken.
They blink when you say oath of peace, and they kind of like glaze over that, and they're like, well, can we? And then Choco's like, we just want to make sure the egg's safe. Do you know how to care for it properly? I mean, if
You
it
put this
likes
other egg
you,
into the tree, knowing that it needed to be somewhere cold and dark.
it was in the dark. It was just a little warmer than it likes. It won't kill it. I know how to take care of a dragon egg, okay?
Do you know where to get more?
I mean, I can smell them. As Bobo says, shut up.
All right, we're going to capture this one, put it in a
Yep.
box.
Which one said they could smell it?
Choco.
I would like to grapple Choco.
With the bucket? Hold up. You got to make a dexterity check with
No,
that.
the bucket's hanging. The bucket's hanging from his neck,
Okay.
right?
Go
So
for
he has
it.
one free hand.
Go for it.
Not in like an aggressive way though, because it's this cute little thing, right?
Grab it by the scruff of its
Bobo's
neck.
the big one. Choco's the small one, right?
They're both roughly the same size. Choco's just a slight bit smaller, so like 5 foot when it's up, but when it's like 2.5 when it's on all fours, and super cute, like fluffy. So you absolutely could. I go for it.
No, it's not big enough. It's not small enough to pick up. It's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I was in my head. I was thinking these like little like halfling sized.
Well,
creatures.
I mean, halfling size, yeah. It's like I said, it's 2.5 feet. That's pretty.
But then you just said
wait,
it was
sorry.
6 feet.
6. Yes, the big one is 6 feet. The Choco is 5 foot, so a little bit
Yeah,
more.
it's
A little bit, yeah.
They're pretty big.
Yeah.
Okay, good to know. But yeah, like all hunched down and stuff normally.
Yeah.
All right,
They're Schmiegel, got it.
Yeah. All right, DM, does Hesperia have any knowledge of like dragon bone being valuable in any like?
Oh hell
like,
yeah.
but in any like practical way,
When
or
you
is
say
it just like a rare collectible thing? Like
No,
gold
they're
isn't valuable because it's practical; it's just valuable because it's rare and shiny.
It is used in. It was and used to be used in a multitude of magical creations. So like a dragon bone powder, or using basically grinding down the bone into a powder, and depending on where the dragon bone is, like the head has a slightly different properties versus like a rib or the tail or the femur and arms. There's like slightly different parts of the body are used for different things. The horns especially are highly infused with magic, because excuse me, and it's also used for carvings and ornaments. There are some very, very, very rare carvings in the museum where Hesperia grew up that just has this gorgeous carvings inside, like this entire scene inside of a dragon horn. Other times they have been known to be ground down. There are still some places that supposedly has dragon bone powder, and that is again used in magics, in creating or enhancing certain things.
Well, Spirit might turn back to the group and just comment, well, if the skeleton in the other island is these ones, is the one of the parents to these ones, I think it would be worth it to investigate. See the state, see if there isn't anything that can be learned or scavenged.
I do feel compelled to point out we're heading to the Old Woods. It'll be hard to transport anything that can't fit in the bag of holding.
Not the entire skeleton, but maybe some claws, teeth, or parts of the bone, maybe to make a trinket out of. It's good, I think, to honor one's family. Remember them.
By turning its parent into a necklace?
Yes?
Not
To
where
remember
I would
them
have
by?
not where I would have gone with this, but okay.
Okay, sorry, I was just reading Anslow's thing. So Gaia has to step out for a period of time, character-wise, or person-wise, player-wise. So
Reported.
Yeah. Did that.
Okay. Yeah, Speria will kind of voice up, actually, now knowing this information about the parent, I think she doesn't want to head up that way and, investigate the dragon, the stories of the dragon corpse up that way.
Did you say you do or you don't?
She does. I don't know if
Okay.
anybody else would, but...
Okay. Gaia pops in like, well, all right. Well, it's good to know. I'm ready to go. We can head out anytime. Anybody else? Sorry, that's just her voice. And I'm not her voice. I defer.
I don't think Calder is super interested in checking out the skeleton bones, but that's just him. He's not going to not go if the rest of the party does, but it's not really his interest.
If nothing
I
else,
don't
we
think
can make...
Andromeda's getting antsy per se, but I think she might, express that, we should probably keep getting on with our trip, not to make too many detours.
Nothing else. It would put me at ease to know that they're not desecrating the corpse in some way. These ruffians. But no, I suppose we can get going. It's wise, at least. But any knowledge of these mythical creatures, I think we're largely going to be operating in, with histories that were written 500 years ago with second or third hand sources. I'd also hope to maybe see if we couldn't learn anything about the creatures, about the dragons, by studying a corpse.
There are numerous entities that were alive during the war that are still alive.
Again, I'm not, of course, and we can try to speak with them or read from them, etc., but it's still not quite the same as seeing with your own eyes and coming to your own investigations. But like I said, no. If you don't agree that there's value in that I'm not going to cry over it. Regardless, we should be getting on with our travel.
Yeah, I mean, like, if you want to 3 times speed it, like, I don't want to roleplay the scene or anything. Just get your quick, dirty facts and whatever.
Well, there's the whole, like, pirates there. It could complicate the
Oh, yeah.
investigation.
Frat boy pirates.
Do we get the vibe that Hesperia is looking to pick a fight with them, or she's actually genuinely concerned? And it's like in the best interest? Or is she just being like, I want to do this thing and I don't like these ruffians?
I mean, she definitely has shown a lot of interest in studying dragons to this point. It's
Right, but she's also shown a knack for looking to pick or find a conflict where there isn't one.
I don't think she has.
She picked a fight about the dock at the very docks. The first thing, I don't know. Okay, so if that's not the impression, then that's fine. But I'm getting the.
We didn't pick a fight at the docks, did we?
You tried claiming that the egg was yours and that someone had stolen it from you.
Oh, well, yeah, she was laying claim to something that she thought nobody else had claim to.
Right, so is she laying claim in order to oust these ruffians, or is she actually generating interest in
the knowledge? She's interested in dragons.
Okay, cool.
I'd say that's the root of it.
Okay, well, if she is genuinely interested, then Andromache will be like, if this is a matter that is most pressing to you, then we can pursue it, but...
It's not... Again, I told you, I haven't lied to any of you. My destiny is to find an egg, become a dragon rider, a Dragonlord, and save Thylea. I'm interested in any knowledge that could aid me with that task and its successful outcome.
And we will look to the rest of the group then and propose. Then perhaps the search for actual eggs should be our priority, and we shall move on.
I think you'll get a chance, but we have the ship waiting for us, full of valuable loot and an island full of pirates. So
then let's go.
Let's just
Okay. So I think we're gonna dip.
All right, and dip you guys shall. Lero gives Gaia a hug before nestling over to Hiro and taking the biggest cat nap. Gaia, as you guys leave, she starts talking about her town, her city over at the Helios Mountains. Once again, just letting everybody know like exactly where it is, making sure that they are absolutely welcome and all that fun stuff. Quinn takes it to heart a little bit more. C absolutely takes it to heart. Arlie and Hea are kind of like, oh, it's adventure. You guys get accosted a little bit by this like little siren whose wings are like haven't quite come in yet. They're just kind of like these like stubby things that are still growing. And she kind of like looks at you guys and just like awestruck and is a little abrasive, where she gets up into your face and just asks all the annoying questions and kind of prevents you guys from like moving on smoothly. Her name is Pip, and she kind of like shows you her random collection of things, and some of them are like, I don't know what this is. Anyway, you guys continue on. You guys make it back to your ship. I would say, because it was 3 hours to actually get the prophecy, so I would say about half a day has been, a little bit over half a day has been in quote lost or invested into this venture. And you guys head on. So,
Sure. As we're leaving, like as the ship is sailing away, if there's anybody up on the deck, like doing that thing where you watch the island, like, disappear, Hesperia might step up to them, but I don't know if anybody would do that, or if people are just, going below decks, or etc.
I mean, Mythos spends as much time on above deck as he possibly can. He's like 8 foot tall. Like, yeah. Below decks isn't really his place.
Yeah, then Hesperia will kind of step up to Mythos. Again, like I guess I've never been out on the open ocean, but I imagine there's a lot of like, if we don't have jobs, like the only thing to do is watch the landmass getting smaller and smaller. So like that's the thing you do. And she'd step up and be like, I don't know, it still doesn't sit entirely well. When these creatures hatch and they begin to ask the sorts of questions that young creatures do, asking about where they came from and who they are, you can tell them that one of their parents was transformed into shelter, place to offer them protection, honored, bound to the earth the ground that it died to protect, and the other just remains where God tossed it aside, unburied, unburned, the playground for drunk pirates. Nah, I don't know. Promise me if I die, you won't leave my body fallen wherever it lies. Heroes shouldn't die like that.
If that is your wish, then absolutely. There is an Amazonian ceremony where heroes who fall in battle, their bodies are burned, and you release their souls into the skies for them to fight in the heavens in the afterlife. So burial is not the only option for fallen creatures of myth. But if your wish is to be buried somewhere, kept, preserved, then so be it.
I'm only kidding, of course. I'm going to live forever. Write my name in the stars. Still, feels a little bit wrong. But the island's behind us, and she'll move to the other side of the boat, Start looking back out the open sea. When's the next island? How far away is it?
As you guys are turning away from the island, if someone could roll me a percentile die real quick.
I'll do it.
I think
25.
25. Yep, nothing happens. As you guys move away from the island and continue on. Oh, yes, that's right. It's the end of the day. So if someone could do a Sailing Wonders, please. I think Hesperia did it, so now I think. Is it Mythos' turn?
On Sailing Wonders?
Yes.
There's the button.
Oh, a new moon. New moon. On this night, it is completely dark. You look up and you can see that a new moon has arrived. It is pitch black. It is a little bit more slow going, as the crew are not necessarily the most magical, and they are taking everything in by just the light of a very, very intense lantern that has been infused with magic, and they kind of look out to sea to make sure that they are going in the correct direction. But it is absolutely gorgeous outside. It's a little cloudy, but beyond those clouds you can see the brilliant stars in different patterns. You can see just all the constellations, the nebulas, the excuse me, the universe basically above. Not that you guys may know what the universe is, but the stars are beautiful. And you continue on to the next day. Okay. Gotta remember where the calendar is. Okay.
So, prestidigitation says that I can chill an object.
Yes.
It just says chill, which is obviously left open. Would Hesperia be able to like chill the egg, or like, you know, a bucket of water as well, like to where it's like frigid?
Yeah, if you keep doing that with the water, it is continuously cold. And it keeps
okay,
if it's down there, then it under
or
below
like
deck.
wrap it in a towel maybe and chill the towel, since
Sure.
there's nothing about water in Silver Dragons as opposed to the others.
As long
so,
as it's
I guess
cold.
Hesperia will help out Gaia doing that, and like, you know, be her over fussy, like
The nanny.
You know, yeah, well, like I know what I'm doing.
Like a midwife?
I'm a wizard. Well, like
the
a
rep,
know-it-all.
the like aunt who shows up when
Oh,
someone has
yes.
a baby and is telling you you're doing it wrong.
Yeah. Not
That's
and
awful.
not
Don't be
specifically,
awful.
not specifically doing it like, it's not like, oh, you're doing it wrong, but it needs to be this way, right? Would be the vibe Hesperia's getting. It's like,
I
oh,
read an
right.
article on, so-and-so website that told me you should be doing this with your baby.
It is very much
Shit.
that level, yeah. It's like she has a
Yeah.
minor, you know, she has a minor in dracology.
Yeah. I'm assuming it's like with good intentions.
Yeah. Again, like, Hesperia has read. Like, it's the one subject. You haven't heard her talking about, like, oh man, I love blah 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 culture or blah 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 stories. It's I love dragons. Like, that is very much like she has one interest. Like,
She's the worst girl,
academically.
but it's dragons.
Yeah, she has one interest academically. It's dragons. Like, she's not proficient in history or religion or nature, but she knows dragons. But yeah, like, she's very much trying to help, obviously. Good intentions here. She will kind of like, I bet it's Calder who would notice her like just kind of sulking and like glowering at like Mythos and Gaia a little bit throughout like, the next few days. Like, very much like, God damn it, what do I have to fucking do to get my head? Like that kind of attitude. Like, she's definitely jealous.
Cool.
Okay,
Anything else that happens that night?
I don't think so.
All right. Now we'll go ahead and save. Oh, it's already saved. Okay, perfect.
Did we? I don't think we used anything.
Hesperia used a few things, blasting that ship.
Oh yeah. That's
Long
right.
rests.
Zone of truth back for Gaia.
Also, if you guys, I don't remember if I said it or not. If you guys noticed that you guys do have a GM inspiration.
Ooh. Dope.
Do I? I do have one. Inspiration.
Inspiration. And that was for meeting Hesperia and bringing her on board and welcoming your new teammate. So that is where that's
Not
from. That was
hazing
one.
her too hard.
We didn't drown her in the
Hey, hey,
We didn't beat the shit out of her on site.
however you guys
Well,
did it, you guys get it.
Yeah.
Okay. New day. I need someone to please roll on the list, the sailing the Cerulean Gulf.
Calder and Dramiki. One of you two.
I can roll, I guess.
Dramiki's turn, yeah.
Is it my turn?
Andromachi, yeah.
Oh, sorry, I rolled a d20. I don't know why I did that. What am I? Cerulean Gulf?
Yeah. So I think you can just.
Why can't I find it?
It's on...
It's on.
Here we go. I was in the wrong tab.
Okay.
I clicked the roll button.
Yep.
Oh, good.
Oh.
What did I get? Oh, fuck!
Hurricane.
Wait, what a 12 would have been? What would a 12 have
12, I
been?
think, would have been Dolphin.
Dolphins! Wait!
So much better.
Wait.
Alright, what's up? What happened?
The dolphins are riding the hurricane.
It's like Sharknado, but it's Dolphin Cane.
Oh my gosh, that's.
Well, it's like during an earthquake, like the dogs start barking before you feel it. The dolphins are going in ahead of the hurricane.
So in
I
the
mean,
morning-
watching this storm bear down on us, I think Mythos might lean to Calder and be like, I have to confess, Calder, sailing is kind of awful.
I much prefer the land. Not going to lie.
That is that is right. As you guys wake up early morning, because it was a new moon last night, you guys were not able to see the storm clouds roll in. And in the morning, as the sun rises, it's very, very dark until you hear someone yell, "Hurricanes are coming!"
Barry just like mutters, "Yeah, no shit."
Which wakes you guys up, or whoever's below deck. But the wind pulls at your clothes and tugs at the ship's sails and ropes as the skies has darkened completely. On nearing ever closer still at an alarming rate is a massive storm rolling in towards your ship. And as it draws near, the ocean grows extremely violent. Soon your vessel is pitched about by powerful gales and crashing waves. So, what would you guys like to do?
Okay, so anybody who doesn't think they can hold their ground, be below deck.
Or tied up, like have a
tied
down to
off.
the deck. Yeah, I imagine everybody is.
I think everyone we get like security harnesses or whatever, right?
Yeah, Hesperia's definitely confident that she can hold on.
Right.
I'm sure
Our character, please God, cast water breathing on us.
Oh yeah, okay. As like the storms of actually, would anybody ask Hesperia to?
Would she not do it on herself?
Well, we did it
you-
to do the
Yeah.
pearl diving, so yeah, probably.
You guys know.
It'd probably
you
be
guys
part of
know
our.
she can. I don't think Hesperia would think to, because Hesperia's like, yeah, of course we can fucking survive a storm.
You did that thing where we could breathe water. That's a very good fail-safe in case someone gets hit in the head and goes unconscious overboard.
Are you trying to suggest that I'm going to get hit in the head and be knocked overboard? Because it's not happening.
I'm saying a lot of crazy things can happen in the middle of a violent storm.
It's never happened to me.
How many hurricanes have you run into on a boat before?
One.
Not counting this one.
One. I think it was a hurricane. How bad could it be? Come on, you'll be fine.
It can be. I think Mythos is like walking by. Yeah, I think at that, but like Mythos is like walking by and like tosses the length of rope onto Hesperia's shoulder for Calder to like tie her. As he's like heading up to the top, he's like, "I'm gonna help the sailors." And
Right,
like,
wait. Okay, fine. Come here. I have a few straws left over. Put it in your mouth. Hesperia will ritually cast. Take the 10 minutes, I think it is, to ritually cast water breathing on the group. Are there any sailors that we really, really like?
I don't know if you guys have really.
No, you know what? Given
Yeah.
based
There's
off
one you don't like, right?
based off of
Yeah,
all
there's
the
one you don't
interactions Hesperia has had, yeah, she is
A
lucky
little
to
You had like two interactions, mostly with the
captain,
captain,
the
and then
guy.
there was that one asshole. But you guys haven't
Yeah.
really investigated.
Look,
Yeah. little
You bet
straw
apples.
in Arcos's mouth.
sure.
Arr.
All right, yeah. So for the next 24 hours, you'll be able to breathe water.
What there?
Double check.
Just since Gaia isn't here, I'm going to guess that she would take time, like, wrapping the dragon egg in, like, a bunch of cloth or something to cushion it, and probably tie it off to herself so it doesn't go rolling around uncontrolled.
Yeah, I would actually assume that she'd probably even put it in her bag of holding.
Oh, I don't.
No, that we
Well,
would.
that is a live
Well, I
thing
think
in
we-
the bag of holding.
Yeah, we decided against that with the first egg.
Uh-huh.
I think Guy would definitely have it like wrapped, like way more than it needs to be. It is like an enormous ball that's like just strapped to her chest.
Yeah, I was about to
Hesperia
say,
probably
yeah,
helped out with that too. Like
it's a little
I
bundle.
imagine
Like
Guy.
full baby swaddle, like you
Yes.
know.
I imagine at one point, Guy's like, "Do you think this is secure enough?" And Hesperia's like, "No, absolutely not. More."
Yeah.
Mythos, what about you?
Mythos has his. You see him like hauling this huge ass rope by himself on the other side of the ship. There's like 5 dudes doing the same
Five dudes
thing.
do the same thing on the opposite. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like trimming
and
the
it's just
sails.
hanging
And...
from his neck.
And
Yeah.
Hesperia's probably like, "Mythos, don't you think you?" No, okay, you probably got this. You probably got this.
Yep, there you can okay, so you guys are going to break this. So I need you guys to
But again, Hesperia is definitely not staying below deck. She wants to be part of this fucking hurricane.
absolutely. So as you
and she
are
was
above,
never seen again.
She might try to climb. She might try to climb up into the rigging.
That's
okay.
that's dangerous.
It's dangerous.
If
There's
she
no
falls,
crow's
she's
nest.
gonna go like right off the
Well,
ship.
she'll have like the anchor point, right? But oh yeah, like unless somebody stops her, she's.
We're gonna tie
She
her
thinks
right to
she's
the
stealth.
mast so
She
she can
thinks-
see everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because this isn't like a frigate, so there's no crew's nest or anything like that. So
Yeah, but there's probably like
There-
just the ropes and stuff.
yeah,
She is legitimately quite nimble.
Yeah, I was just letting you know that you would be just literally hanging onto the mast of the ship. All right, then if you guys can please, if someone, whoever the next person is to roll, if you can please roll a d4 plus 1.
I think that's me.
All right, last redeem me.
You get
4.
the 4 plus. Okay, so
Well, no,
It's
3 plus 1.
total.
For a
3 plus
total
1,
of
so
4.
for a total of 4. So for the first hour, you guys are breaking through as you guys are sort of trying to survive this hurricane. I need someone to please. You guys can see that the captain is trying to navigate his crew, or trying to talk to and yell at his crew as well as navigate at the same time. And you can see all these. The wind is blowing people up and down, left and right onto the deck, and one of them happens to be one of the navigators who hits his head on one of the ship's a wooden part of the ship and knocks himself unconscious and rolls and brings him down. So then one of the crew members looks over, grabs whomever, you can't hear him say his name, and brings him below deck. But that leaves the captain in a very precarious situation where he looks at one of you and he asks, does one of you navigate or can steer?
I think I actually am proficient in navigator's tools, aren't I?
You are a
believe you
navigator,
are.
yes. Navigator.
Oh. I also have hold on, sorry, looking for it. Any ability check I make with a tool that I'm proficient in, I can treat as though I have expertise.
Fantastic. Then if you can
Oh, there's a pro.
pro man, if you can use that as a navigator's tools. So so you're gonna help navigate and he will steer the ship. Just making
Yeah.
sure I have that correct. Okay, cool. If you can then go ahead and do navigator's tools as you look out and you're like, you know where the shoreline is, just instinctively, you kind of get your bearings, like you have really good sense of direction. If you could please roll with your navigator's tools, and all those proficiencies and all that fun stuff, a d20.
Total of
shite.
22.
Okay, well,
Hell
that is a
yeah.
success. It is a super success. So you see the first hour as the storm has made birth, basically, that your guys are getting through this storm. Calder, you are like this way, as you are navigating very, very well. The first hour passes as you guys pass through is very how best is possibly to put it through a hurricane, smooth sailing in a sense. However, that second one, as the storm becomes more and more and more intense, you can see that even though the captain is strong, he is like holding on he's really holding on to that wheel. And Kelder, if you can make a strength saving, actually I need everyone to roll a strength saving throw. I will exempt Gaia, as I will have Gaia like below deck, and probably like protecting the little bundle, or her really big bundle. Oh, nice. Okay.
Oh, Calder is hot tonight.
Damn, yeah.
Oh my
It has to
goodness.
happen eventually.
Somebody, I think Andromache knocked my dice as it was rolling and like knocked it into a better roll.
I saw two run into each other, so I'm gonna call that a win.
Yeah.
Because I then rolled an 8.
Okay, so narratively, I like the idea that like Andromache is standing there like one arm on like a railing and the other arm is holding Hesperia's like harness down with her, like helping her keep still.
Yeah, Hesperia is absolutely like, this is the time of Hesperia's life. She's just like
She's like roller coaster style, like arms in the air.
Yeah, like, you know, like a wave comes over and like she's like swallows, like definitely good call on having water breathing, because you know she'd be drowning above the water with like, she's like every big wave she's like, yeah.
At this point, you guys can see that many of the sailors have like bunkered down, but many of them are now kind of coming up on deck, and you can see them with buckets just hauling water off from out of the undership, the
below
decks of the ship. Thank you. So you can see that there's some water going on down there, as there is a bunch of rain, seawater just coming in like crazy, coming in hot, and they're doing their best to get everything out. Calder, you have a couple of options that you can do as a navigator. You can continue going forward in the direction and kind of just take the long way, or you know that you can gain some respite if you go into the eye of the storm and then navigate out from there. What would you like to do?
I think the ice storm might be ideal, and Calder might also try flagging Mythos over if it looks like the captain is like experiencing a ton of physical strain, because he knows that Mythos could hold the wheel and probably keep us on course very well with as strong as he is.
Okay. Mythos, you are, I guess, Calder, feel free to, Mythos, have a little interaction if you would like to take that or not.
Yeah, Mythos will tie off the rope, and he'll like help a couple other people tie off their ropes as he's like heading over. He's doing like the brute strength stuff, so yeah.
Okay.
Definitely follow Calder's lead.
Well, that's very smart, because you can see the exertion and like the muscle strain after an hour of steering into the storm. The captain is looking very tired. You can kind of guess that he's reaching that exhaustion point of being in there for an hour. He's not the youngest. Yeah.
And like just one of Mythos' like big paws just like grabs the wheel, like kind of surprised. And he like pats the captain and tells him he can go like, go see to his crew and kind of.
The captain gives you a very appreciative nod as he looks down, and then he like kind of like shakes his arm, kind of like rubs them a little bit and like pumps them, and he looks and he grabs a bucket and he starts talking like, "Come on, you scallywags!" And they all go back down, and you can still see them like taking water out. So Calder, as you rotate the ship and you're like, okay, the eye of the storm will be that way, and you're navigating with Mythos, taking on the steering on the wheel. Could you please roll another navigation tools?
Sure thing. 15 total.
Okay, that's fine. That still gets over the DC. You know where the eye of the storm is, and you navigate. Mythos, if you can make a strength saving throw. Strength? Yes. Ability check, sorry. Strength check. As you are going into the storm. Oh, fuck. Rough.
We have DM inspiration if you think this is something we want to use it on.
Yeah.
It might as well, yeah. So
maybe not a bad idea.
Oops. Hold on, wrong button.
Let's go.
Oh,
That went from a 1 to a 19 on my screen. Oh my gosh,
Yep.
I got so scared. Um, you, Mythos, you see, Calder, everyone, whoever is above deck, you can see this massive, massive wave, like 50-foot waves. You know, waves get really, really tall. And Calder, you spot it with your Eldradran eyes, and you're like, wave. Mythos, you were like, I got this. You steer, turn, turn, turn. You know that you have to just go straight into it in order to get over it. And you're like, almost like, in a sense, maybe a little excited about this as your blood is pumping and it's going through. Your senses are heightened as this wave comes through, and you are holding. And as the wave crashes and you are going over and you're riding it, like you guys are almost like this 45-degree angle as it going 55, 60, and then you go over it and you are holding it real tough, real tough. You are getting it. And then finally, as you guys coast over you crest over, and then you look over and you just see these darkness right in your immediacy, but then a little bit beyond you can see this just halo of light as the eye of the storm is approaching, or you are approaching the eye of the storm, and you're like, ha. And then you go down a roller coaster and it's just and you sail through. Is a bit of a rush. Many of the things you can hear, you can kind of hear those of you that are near any of the lattice points of that you can see below deck or hear below deck. Just things rolling and crashing and cursing and yelling and screaming and prayers of the sailors below as you just kind of, I guess, fly down, roller coaster down the other side of the wave, and you make it not too long, maybe another 10 minutes or so into the eye of the storm that is completely just silent and cool. And you can see it's very interesting, almost like this curtain of water breaks into a curtain of light and sun, and calmness, and it like illuminates your boat as you go through and coast through.
Hesperia definitely spent that last like 10 minutes just like taunting Seaton. I was like, Seaton, you'll have to try harder than this to take down the heroes of Thylea. The heroes of motherfucking Thylea. We're coming for you.
Roll Constitution check for your voice.
Oh, it's definitely shot. It's definitely shot. But she's having just the time. Like she's just like barbarian rage.
Barbarian rage.
Thrill at this storm.
If you guys can make a perception check.
Sure.
He's back, boys.
I can navigate, but I can't see.
I mean, he's got his eyes on something else.
You're pretty busy, but you do have your passive perception, which is, and you're observant. So do you get advantage?
No.
No. Okay. That's okay. Your observant feat will allow you to see this anyway. So I think it would bring for you. It makes logical sense to me to bring your DC down. So that's fine. Anybody everybody got over 14. You can see the rim, around the rim of the edges, I should say, of the hurricane. First off, for those of you who are familiar with hurricanes, the eye of hurricanes are just gorgeous. They are calm, clear, brilliant. You can see everything that's going on in the below water, in a sense that's about 3 feet, and you look up and it's just this enormous tall mass of clouds rotating, and it's just awe-inspiring. And as you guys look towards the edge, because it curves a little bit over, you can see there's an enormous figure just kind of laughing and cackling The first person to see is Hesperia. You look and then Hesperia, Mythos, and Andromache are the first to see this, and then Calder, you see it a little bit after as you're kind of wiping away the water off of your what's it called, navigator's tools, and then you look up and then you notice that there is this enormous person in the clouds. He's not paying attention to you all. He's just kind of laughing and cackling and talking to himself, and you're not entirely sure if he's talking to himself or talking to another person. But you see this person right, giant Titan-esque right there.
So, important question. Does this look like all the statues we've seen of the big man?
No, looks different.
Okay,
those of you who are proficient in history or have lived in a city, knowledge of a city, if you can roll history checks.
Hesperia just, yeah, fuck you, Satan.
Hesperia, yeah, you're convinced it's Sidon. You're convinced it's him.
Who
like
else
that
would it be?
asshole, whatever. Mythos, you're like, yeah, that's probably him too. But
Knocking his longbow.
knocking his longbow. But he definitely doesn't look like the statues, but artist interpretation. He doesn't seem to give you guys any mind, as he's just kind of joking and doing whatever. You can see him, he has like some type of tablet in his hand, and a like writing utensil or something like that perhaps, and he's just kind of like willy-nilly. It looks like he's maybe having a conversation with himself or with someone else, you're not entirely sure, as he is, like, again, paying you guys no mind. He's not even looking down, he's just going forward. What would you guys like to do? Well, just what would you guys like to do? Sorry.
So what is he doing? Sorry.
So he has it looks to like he has a tablet in one hand and a utensil, like some type of writing utensil, in another. But he's paying you guys no mind. It's not that he's ignoring you. He doesn't seem to see you or even pay attention at what's going on below. As he is making these wild hand gestures, his face is alight with a bright smile. Bushy beard. He looks relatively youngish, and he's kind of just emphasizing something, and he kind of holds, and then he laughs his ass off. But again, he doesn't seem to be paying you guys any mind.
And fireball that bitch. I mean,
Hesperia is just like
Several hundred feet in the air.
Yeah, after the initial excitement, she's just like reaching the eye, seeing something, shouting her vulgarity. She's like, "Oh my goodness, that was incredible! See, Calder, I told you nothing bad could happen."
Right, so what do we want to do about that? Calder is saying, just sort of gesturing upwards at this entity.
I mean, don't start no smoke, there won't be no fire.
You will reach the other side of the eye in about 8 minutes.
Is everybody okay, I guess? The captain, what happened to that one guy who got the shit knocked out of him? Is he okay?
As you're saying this, and as it's relatively calm, you see some people kind of coming out. You see them like holding their head. Some of them do have like some blood, as they may have hit themselves on the head or something like that, or on their body part. And they're kind of looking around, kind of like, is it over? And then as they kind of real come out, one of them like looks up, yells incoherently, and then just some of them look up. Some of them like run below deck. Other ones just get down on their knees and start just like praying. And you can hear them say, "Please, God of storms, spare our ship, spare this, keep us calm, keep the sea calm, let us please quell your rage," or something like that. And others are like, yeah, that's probably, I want to say like a quarter. The other ones are like ignoring them. The other ones kind of give them an evil eye and kind of look down, and the other one's like, ugh. One of them, you can hear the captain come up, and you can see that he also has like a welt on his head as he looked to have like hit. You can see him look up, just give a scoff, and throw some water off the side, and he's like, "That's Goloron. That's Sidon's son. He's a menace."
Does he generally cause storms like this, or is he just here?
Whatever strikes his fancy. He's kind of lazy, I believe, from what I hear. Maybe. I don't know. Just rumors. But he is nuisance to sailors. Sidon creates the storms, yes, and he does the lightning. This is Hurricane. This is Goloran. Not enough power to sink a city or sink an island, but when he gets a little agitated, or I don't know why he comes and does what he does. He's not even paying attention. He just jerk. But just sail through, I suppose.
And fuck him.
I wish, small girl, you do that.
Not lit. What?
He looks down at
Hold
you. 5.5 with your freaking, what do you have? Your
She only
wedges
wears
on?
She only wears those in cities and stuff. Not
Okay.
like around and stuff.
Oh, okay, short stuff.
Hey, she's still taller than Onslow. I don't think that's true.
Taller than me.
There we go.
I mean, we're expecting to have a time where we're out here on a better ship equipped to fight things like this, so.
Yeah.
Yeah,
this.
Oh yeah, no. Barry's just.
This seems more a merchant vessel than something
Yeah,
we want to go
yes.
picking fights with
Oh, yeah.
demigod, whatever this thing is.
Baby God.
That's a baby god. Okay.
We got still leeching off Daddy's powers.
Okay. As you guys continue on, kind of ignoring, you can hear the booming laughs of Goloran as whatever he's doing, you're not entirely sure. You leave the eye of the storm, back into the storm. You can see again this curtain of water, curtain of just gray darkness, and engulf the front end of your ship. The bow of your ship, as it consumes almost as you kind of go in, leaving the light behind. You look behind and you can see the darkness engulf the light, and you are now back into the storm. This is a third hour now. If you can roll for your navigator's tools, and also a strength check for Mythos.
We're just going back down, regressing to mean hard.
All right, 12 there. Nice, another 19. Awesome. Kelder, you are pretty sure that you know where you're going. You just have to keep going forward. You continue to look. You can continue to navigate. Your observance of nature allows you to kind of navigate anything that looks suspiciously dark in the upcoming as you're navigating, so that you can like avoid any possible types of, maybe it was a rock, or you're not entirely sure, as you are making sure that you navigate around. But the waters are still choppy. You're not exactly sure, 100% confident that you are in the correct direction.
This is also the thing where he knows the navigator's tools from like a mechanical sense, but he's never done it on a boat before, let alone a boat in the middle of a hurricane.
Exactly. That you think you're in the correct direction, and at the same time, you're not sure if this will affect anything in the after this is done. So that ends the 3rd hour. You guys are entering the 4th hour. Excuse me. If you can roll another navigation tools, and I need everyone else to roll strength saving throws for the storm.
Everyone, or
Ooh,
yes.
There we go. 1. A 1 total, not a natural 1.
Nice.
hey, a natural 20.
Yeah.
There we go.
Oh gosh. That's good.
Let's go.
Yeah, so Andromache Calder, you notice that Hesperia, who's a little probably going still on that high of that amazing lit drop over the wave, seeing the eye of the storm, seeing Golaron, and she completely like, look, Mom, no hands it on this boat, which is the stupidest thing anyone could ever do. And you absolutely see a wave just launch itself into the boat, and she just almost is going to topple over. Andromache and Kelder, you guys reach out or something?
Could, before they have a chance to, can Hesperia Misty Step to like Mythos and grab onto him?
Sure.
She's kind of ready. She did have some, solutions to this. Actually, I like to think that Hesperia maybe like untied herself during the eye of the storm,
Sure.
to like stretch, like adjust things, and then she just forgot to tie it back on because she's overconfident. But yeah, no, if like she gets knocked over and she's like tumbling, I don't think Hesperia knows the word, like the definition of panic. She's very, very like,
She just fucked
okay,
up.
here's what I do. Yeah, it's like,
different.
oh shit, fuck. Okay. And like in whatever moment she gets like orienting herself or like sees the boat, she'll just reach out, like cast this quick arcane word and reach out, and like this like ghastly arm like extends from her and like dissipates, and she reforms next to Mythos and like try to snatch on to like his back or like his arm or something, since he's the biggest motherfucker around. Oh shit! Oh shit! Holy fuck! Holy fuck! I think my rope broke.
Andromache and Calder, you see her launch forward. You see her like almost topple over. If she just topple over, and then you look down and you can see her just bloop, disappear. And you look around, and you turn around and you see her like holding onto Mythos like this. And you guys know exactly what happened, but you can't hear what she's saying because the storm is really bad. But we'll call that a success for now. You guys did not fall overboard, so not this time. Now we are entering into the 3rd hour, or so the 4th hour, the last of it, hopefully. If you can roll another navigator's tools and then another strength tech.
18.
Okay. 18. You're pretty confident that the storm is probably dying down a little bit. You can feel it. You can sense it. It's a little bit lighter. It's not as deep dark gray as what it was before. It's you can see it's more of a lighter gray. The wind is not as fierce as it was, and the rain is not like pelting you and giving you little welts on your face anymore. But it seems that Mythos might be getting a little bit tired. It has been 3 hours of him holding this thing, and you can feel that the waves is not as dexterous or as quick to get into the waves, and it's kind of rocking the boat, but it still keeps because it's the last hour, which diminishes a lot of the DC. The end of the storm approach. If everyone could make strength saving throws once again.
Why you do this to me? There it goes.
Oh.
Yes. And then Mythos, if you can roll 1, 2 for yourself. Oof. Okay.
Well, it would be an 11 for Mythos because it's a save.
Interesting. Yeah, this is a check.
He rolled the check instead of a save.
Yeah, I see it. So 11, that's okay. Not the best overall for some of you. Mythos and Andromache, Andromache mostly, you don't fall overboard or anything like that, but you do slip and you do kind of tumble and fall onto the deck of the ship. And because of how violently the ship is, relatively violent, is rocking back and forth, you actually slide with the ship. So if it tips left, the water is creating like a hydroplane, and you're going left. When it goes right, it goes right. Same with you, Hesperia. You absolutely, Mythos's fur is like super slick. Your hands go straight through, or slip out, and you just, this nasty ass tumble. I am not throwing you off the ship because you are actually in a particular part of the deck that it wouldn't happen. If you were over here, you would, but you knock yourself out because you hit your head. Unless you want to try and do something, or Calder, you would like to prevent something, but you absolutely fall. You slip like a banana peel because, again, hydroplaning, and you kind of hit the back of your head and you're out like a light.
If it's to unconscious?
No, just like you knocked your head.
Ouch. Fuck.
If it's one of those things where she is, you described it as a banana peel, like losing her footing, falling directly back, because Calder has the blind side around him while he's navigating, he might just reach a hand out and try to grab her sort of by the shoulder to keep her from like concussing.
Like try to grab.
Sure. If just go ahead, if you can roll a dex, would it be sleight of hand?
Would it be like
or
a
athletics?
grapple check?
Yeah, grapple, athletics, something.
Sure, I can do athletics.
That'd be great.
Could I like try with like sleight of hand or acrobatics or something like that to to catch the arm coming back?
All right.
That's 21.
Would Hesperia have would she do that? Like, okay, so if you're
I
like,
think so.
yeah, okay,
She's
then
pretty. You know, she grew up around people who probably did some crazy stunts. Probably part of them herself.
Yeah, about to say, I
so, like,
does track.
she might she's like looking out, like trying to find an arm to grab or a ledge to grab as she's slipping.
If you can do that, though, if you can do it with disadvantage, because you are banana peeling.
Sure.
However, Calder rolled really well, so we'll see.
11.
Okay, that's fine. 11's good. Calder, you kind of don't take your eyes off of where you need to head. You kind of just know something stupid's happening. You reach out and you like, she's small and she's light, and you like wrap your arm around her arm, and Hesperia, you wrap so you guys are kind of like clasping arms like this, like a forearm or bicep, whichever one you guys latch onto, which prevents you from like knocking yourself out. However, you can kind of feel a little bit of your shoulder kind of pop out and then pop back in a little bit, and that is not a very comfortable feeling. And you're like, ow, ow. But you don't hit your head and black out or anything like that. Yeah. So Mythos, you had an 11. Not the best. You kind of lose your footing a little bit, and we'll just say it's Hesperia's fault because Hesperia lost. She tried to pull you as she tried to keep herself, but managed to slip and kind of you then in turn had a little reaction where you like lost a little bit, and then you had to grab back onto the wheel, but you do not fall with your 11 just because it's not under 10. But you do see Andromache, however you would like to play out the scene of you hydroplaning across or slipping and sliding across the deck, like a water slide a little bit.
I think because she's properly tied in, she like slips and is just kind of like getting swung kind of like pendulum style around on the deck as the boat rocks. She's like doing her best to get back on her feet, but of course it's so slick. So she just kind of like bent over in half, kind of like pulled by the waist because that's where she's tied on, and it's just is a not so graceful sight of her trying to struggle back onto her feet as she gets momentumed around.
Okay. That is at the end you can see that the storm is absolutely lessening. And by the time you guys end this 4th hour, it's just rain now that's pouring down. Less wind. It's not as intense. The last 10 minutes is just like a reprieve. Mythos, your muscles are like so tight. Just like the thought of even releasing, you think that that releasing this wheel and relaxing your arms are going to be probably a little painful. You guys are bruised. Like I said, the rain was so powerful, it pelted you. Some of you have little welts on your face and exposed parts of your skin. And you exit the storm to the other side, where you do see in the super far distance, because it's super clear now, you do see a little bit of land back, just off in the distance. And with that, we'll go ahead and take a break because I realized I should have taken a break during the Eye of the Storm. I'm super sorry.
Oops.
So let's go ahead and take a break for like 15 minutes or so. We'll come back on the let's say not 10:05, but
10 after.
10 after 10:15 after. Yes, 10:10. 10:15.
Okay.
10:10.
10.
See, Orby, it could have just been dolphins.
Okay, we are back. We are back live. You guys survived hurricane. Congratulations. It was only 4 hours. It was a 4-hour hurricane. Took 4 hours out of your day. It was
a 4-hour tour.
it was technically a difficult terrain, so it did set you back a little bit. However, at this point, you guys are tired. I should have made you guys roll for exhaustion at the same time, which I think you guys with your strength saving throws may have gotten 1. I think it was Andromache and Hesperia who have technically gotten 2, but I wasn't keeping track, and you guys will lose it the next day, so it's okay. But we'll just say that you guys are just really tired. Sore muscles. The crew not all of them look hot. A lot of them are like being bandaged as they are coming upstairs. The captain comes to you, Mythos and Calder, and just gives you a proper handshake, and just grateful all around that no one fell off board, since majority of the crew was on below deck and paddling out water with buckets, and so you also allowed him to help out his crew, give him morale, as well as boost your name, I suppose, after everyone seeing that not only did you get through the hurricane, but you also got through the eye of the storm and saw a child of Sidon. And he did not strike the boat. Pay attention, and to them, you know that they are extremely those superstitious lot. Now look upon you guys in an entirely different light, even more so in a heightened state from after you guys defeated the Hydra. The Hydra was just like they're proper heroes, they're proper heroes, and now they're like, oh my gosh, they are in a sense abating the will of the gods. It's kind of like some people are shifting a little bit, and it's taking on a different form. The energy has transformed on this ship. It's very interesting to see the reverence that is bestowed upon you, not just before where they were like friendly and like kind of thought of you guys as like you're one of us. Now they're putting you guys on a pedestal. If you guys need something, absolutely no one's going to say no. They are willing to do it, in that sense. But yeah, what would you guys like to do for the rest of today? Oh, actually, sorry. We have to please roll a sea omen, because technically.
Oh man, watch this omen be like, it's gonna be good tidings today, boys.
I will say Hesperia will go around and press digitation, dry off the party members, not
Perfect.
make them suffer.
We met one day. Right.
Yeah, sure did. But the prestidigitation, very appreciated.
Does that mitigate the despair?
I would say
you didn't cast it on the crew, so
technically
So
the sea omen, I forgot, is supposed to happen at the very beginning, so I'll just say it was a roll of thunder that then put everyone on edge, and then the hurricane also came upon you guys really fast. We'll just say it's succession.
It was the thunder that scared off the dolphins.
Yeah, there we go.
Well, what we should do in the future is just reorganize it so Sea Omens is at the top of the list instead of the bottom.
Yeah.
I don't know how to shift it. I tried,
You could put like an A, like A parenthesis, B parenthesis, C parenthesis, and then the name or something like that. Like listed that way.
Just call it AC Omen.
Yeah.
AC. Let's see if that works. Oh, I don't think it's. You know what? Hold on. I think I have to do it. That's collapse. Because it's not one of those. I think I can't like right click and do alphabetical or manual. I think that's why. Because it's by how I put it in.
I think it's,
Then
I think it's
then we'll just have to keep track of it manually.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. AC.
It's not
I see,
alphabetical is what
I
I'm
see,
saying.
I see.
It's
I see, I
it's
see.
yeah, it's
Oh,
when I
wait.
created it.
No, it's not
I
that
created
one.
it backwards.
Oh, yeah, that's literally the button that you just found. I found. I made the same discoveries you did.
So yeah, I'll have to remember Sea Omens, Sailing the Cerulean Gulf, and then Sailing Wonders for the end of the day, in quote.
All right.
Okay.
Did you say we saw land, by the way?
Very distant.
Oh, so like we'll hit it in the morning.
No. It's like a speck. It's
Whoa.
still a few days off.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you would have been. Okay.
Anything else you like to do after this hurricane? Anything you want to say, or just keep going?
Make sure the baby. I would like to see the baby.
You can see like first off, like the prestidigitation helped out Gaia immensely, and at the same time it poofed out everything. Her hair is poofy, her wings are super fluffy. It's like a down pillow that just came out of a dryer, and the wet rags they're now dry. She unwraps and unwraps. It probably takes a couple of minutes. It's almost as if as if she's taking off like some type of medium heavy armor, and you help her with it. And eventually she's just kind of like, okay, hold on. She supports. She goes like, she got support from the bottom and the top. Okay, and she wiggles the baby out. She's like, okay. Aha! She's like, yes, okay, got it. But more anxiety as she's like holding this little egg.
Yes, you're going to be a father. We're all very happy about that.
She starts crying. Egg is fine.
Yeah.
Same with the egg in Mythos basket. It was very the fur moobs that are about the chesties area. Very good cushion.
The ones coated in spiked cursed armor.
Yeah.
He tucked it. Just a little shelf it.
Yeah, no, I got nothing for the night.
No, I think after all of that, most of us are probably just finding a place to sit and take it easy, I would imagine.
Hesperia probably hits one of those like ugly sleeps, where she's all like
Ugly sleeps.
like face down, like one leg off her bunk or hammock or whatever she has, just like sprawled. It's gonna be super sore in the morning, but probably wake up in the middle of the night, like half her face wet from her own drool.
Sure.
She's that tired.
Yeah, that works for us. That's cool.
I will say, you guys, I was very tempted to see if fireballing the hurricane would work.
Oh, you can try shit. That's good stuff.
Fuck you, nature.
Okay. Next day is here. Set current date. If you guys can roll another Sea Omens and then the Cerulean Gulf and then the Sailing Wonders.
Gaia's not here, so I think it's...
Okay.
Wait,
Yeah.
so, sorry, what do I do now?
Hesperia.
Yeah, what
Sea
am I doing?
Omens. Sea Omens.
Doodly-dee-dee. Oh, deedle-deedle.
Ooh, a shipwreck. Okay. The next morning, as it dawns, there's some commotion as you're like, oh, there's just floating debris in the water. People are getting closer and closer and closer. And you can see that it is the remnants of a shipwreck. Not surprising. There was a hurricane yesterday. There's probably going to be a lot of shipwrecks as you come through. That's probably like your first thought. Though, as you get closer, you can see that maybe there's like, I would say, Calder, if you are above deck, you would absolutely see this with your observant feet. There is waving. Someone's waving in the water and then as you get a little bit closer, you can see some people holding onto debris just barely as they are waving you guys down. What would you like to do?
Yeah, he'd point that out to the captain. Just be like, I think there are survivors from the wreck in the water.
Yeah. It's the law of the sea that you gotta pull the people out of the water. It's
Yeah,
a
how many
rule.
people are there?
4. You can see a total of 4 people in the water. Um,
Are any of them struggling more than others? Maybe
uh, nah, I mean
like
they're
any like kids or like.
no kids. They look to be adults. Some younger than others, but they're definitely adults. Yeah, that's what they look like. As you guys get closer, you can see that as they're waving you down, some are one person, he looks a little young, like younger, like young adult, and he looks to have been dressed in some type of finery. Let me just make sure I have this correct as I'm describing it to you guys. Another one you see, it looks like she's not wearing like heavy armor or anything like that. She seems to be just wearing like a nice robe, but it's completely soaked, and she's holding onto a plank, but then she's also holding onto a staff as if it's like her lifeline. You see another one who is a dwarf. So far you see a human, 3 humans and 1 dwarf. You see a dwarf who is holding onto the thickest, most broadest piece of like mast that's still has not sunk, and he's just holding it on, and you can see him also holding onto his armor and his helmet, like he refuses to release his armor. And then you can see another human who is extremely good looking, like really handsome, just pretty boy, handsome, thirst trap.
There's only the one who's like dressed super super nicely.
Yeah, there's one who's dressed, who looks like he is wearing some type of finery. The other ones look like they are, one's dressed in again, the female is dressed in a robe. There is a dwarf, a very grumpy looking dwarf, but you can't really tell his expression because he has really bushy beard and mustache and shaggy hair. But he's holding on to his armor and his helmet like a lifeline. And then another pretty boy. You guys roll up, throw down. Go ahead.
So, is Hesperia feeling like a bitch or not? You just do a quick bitch roll real fast. She's only kind of. As like the sailors and maybe the other party members are preparing to dive into the water or throw the ropes or whatever, Hesperia might come up to the edge and kind of peer down at them. Are any of you drowning?
You drowning? You can see the two things happen. One, the noble boy does look vaguely familiar to you, just a little familiar. And then, as he really turns around and you can see eye to eye, you kind of know this person. You don't like him. He's an asshole. The other ones kind of look over and be like, a little help here. Hello? We're not doing so well. The pretty boy says.
Let me pull up my character notes to get my names out again.
You as you make eye contact with this person that you know, his eyes just kind of squint and glare, and he gives this pursed lip look. This pursed lip, not happy look on his face.
Sparrow just starts cackling with.
Yeah.
Fish them all up. The pompous one. The one that looks like he's an idiot is an idiot. Make sure he doesn't have any weapons.
They get fished up. He absolutely does not have any weapons. No one has any weapons. It seems that the only one who might possibly have a question mark weapon would actually be the female who has a staff. It's made out of wood. It's a beautiful staff. It's a full length. And as she reaches up, she's the first person that is allowed to go up. You see, like, even though you see the noble kid, the one you're familiar with, he looks like he wants to be first, but he looks at you as you he's reaching down. Yeah, he actually, like, he pretends that, like, as you're like allowing him, like, no. He like pretends like he's taking his hand back and is like, whatever, like super snooty about it. But the other ones look at him like real strangely, and they let the woman go, and she says, "Thank you."
Hi.
Everyone gets aboard, and just move them over. Boop. Oh, thank you. You will not believe the day we had. Last night, just this enormous storm just came and decided to be like, oh, you know what? I'm just going to overturn your ship and break everything because I can. And it did. It wasn't my ship, it was his ship. And he like points over to the kid. We were escorting him, and then stuff happened. But my name is Dengran, and he gives this grand bow, like, hello. We are from all over Thylea, come together just to... What is it again you wanted, kid? You wanted us to do something. You wanted us to sail him, protect him as we sail through and try to find some mythical island thing. And, well, as you can see, that did not go very well. Anyway. But, and these are my compatriots. The gruff one here, his name is Rutgar. And the other one over here, the beautiful Heliope. Oh. And you can see her give, like, the most annoying look. I am absolutely not interested in your dumbass pretty boy trying to do something. And this is the Nobel Argent.
No, he's not a noble. How you been, Argent? The last time I saw you, how did we part again? Wasn't it my knife was to your neck? After you tried to jump me?
That was a slip. He starts taking his hair and starts like wringing it out, and his clothes. He tries to be regal about drying himself off since you are not casting prestidigitation on him, and everybody else. And
I'm so sorry. Where are my manners here? Allow me to help you. Barry will step forward and dry off the other three.
Nice.
But not,
oh, thank you. Yes. Oh, wonderful. Oh, so much better. Oh, very good, very good. I see you know some magic.
I do.
Why don't you do that? Person who has yet to pay us, as he looks at Argent.
Oh, because his whole life is a failure. Nothing but a failure.
Argent looks over and is like, I wouldn't be talking, Miss Person whose family got...
At least they still love me. Unlike your family.
You can see he's a little peeved about it, but at the same time he kind of like sulks and kind of gets in. He's like kind of goes he wraps his arms around his chest, or crosses his arms around his chest, and he's like, at least mine have money. Can get what I want.
On. You're telling me that a backwater like Erosia has enough money for like nobles?
Mythos, one of these days, I'm going to kick you somewhere that it will actually hurt you. It's not today. I'm still tired, but no. He's not a noble. He's not a noble. He might have been. Last I heard, you got sent away, didn't you? Didn't you?
I did not.
Something like
I'm choosing to go to
shames the whole
a
family.
land that I choose to go to with my own money. So
I'm sorry. Allow
why
me to
are you
introduce my
here?
friend. These and we are the heroes of Thylea.
Right. And he looks, this is your boat?
Backtalk me again and
okay.
I'll kick you off the ship. So we're being polite here, okay?
Is this your ship?
Effectively, for the moment.
You can see the
Just for
captain
this-
at the
just for
helm
this
just looking
moment.
over like, what?
It belongs to this fine gentleman over here, who is we've purchased a right of passage on it. But I mean, I'm sorry to hear about your ship, by the way. Looking past to Dengren.
It's whatever. It was just my second ship. I have another one. When I go back, I'll have it. It's going to be even grander.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Where were you going exactly?
I don't need to tell you.
I think you do. I do apologize.
I don't think I do. And you can see a Heliope and just give him like the most, this kid I will kill, but I can't because he's paying me look. Where she just looks like she's about to go like this, with her like put her the imitation of her wringing his neck, and she's like, Mr. Argent, do you, since the ship is gone, do you plan on paying us as well as the damages to our persons and our equipment that is no longer above the water? You can see Argent look over and a little bit of like, what's your passive, Hesperia? Actually, I think you'd be really
passive
watching
perception,
him.
not good.
Yeah, go ahead and just do a passive perception. Calder, I'll give it to you, but like he has this like a little moment of panic in his eyes before expertly masking it.
Hesperia 100% just assumes that he has no money.
Yeah, that's true. Go ahead.
Yeah, so Sperry's gonna like clap her hands together, like she's like very delighted, she's very upbeat, like seemingly thrilled, but I think certainly the party members would recognize like the like anger in her eyes and stuff, things like that. Been traveling for, a number of days together now. Friends, comrades, this fellow, he was one of the senior boys at the academy. That escapes my mind at the scene. Quite the pedigree too. Son of the most famous commander of Erosia, but not so capable that he couldn't get constantly. What's the word? Outperformed by a little beggar girl who had just come to the academy. Isn't that right? Isn't that what you like to used to call me? Do you like my belt, by the way? Graduated already. Where's yours?
I can always get another one. It's under there. And he points to the water. Clearly, there is no belt.
He and his friends tried to kill me, and he got kicked out of the academy for that. He failed it. I don't know if he got kicked out of the academy for trying to kill me or by failing so spectacularly at it.
And he kind of gives a grin. He's like, I got back in, but it was after you left, wherever you went.
Oh, that's so unfortunate. That's so unfortunate. I have so much respect for your father that I'd hate to be the one who killed his son. Where were you going, Argent? I'm not asking.
There is a legend out in the sea about an island created somewhere by the Titans that are supposed to have. It's unknown, and it is worth my while to research and bring back all the artifacts and history to our great city in the name of our esteemed Asim. Where are you going, Hesperia? Back home, tail between your legs?
Yeah, sure. I suppose we have to give him passage, right? Like it's the right thing to do or something. Honestly, I think we should just kick him back out to the ocean and see how well he remembers his swimming lessons. The other three, of course, they're fine. I don't know them. They seem like I like them already.
Dengren says like, whoa, now, children, grown adults, you're maybe not the best thing to do right now because, technically we're trying to, we have to protect him. And while it does come down to money, his father's very rich and I want to get paid. And if I say that, his son is no longer alive, it's more of unalived, I don't think I'll get paid.
Mythos throws him back overboard.
Hey.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Make a strength.
Are you doing that to the Argent or the pretty boy?
Engren, the one who's like, oh, we'd have to protect him. Mythos just like one hand on his shoulder, zhoof, pushes him off. Good job protecting him.
I guess opposing strengths. Well, I guess this is like see if you can first off.
It would be I think it would be a shove, wouldn't it?
It'd be a shove.
Athletics versus acrobatics.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
What he has better, which is going to be that.
Oh
No.
Let's see. Let's go.
I was not expecting. He actually does have a freaking plus like 6 on this.
Yeah.
That's only half of Mythos's bonus, though.
Yeah, like the hell. He wasn't expecting it, and
I was gonna say, it's not like we're like kicking. Like there's enough to get him back on the ship.
Sure.
Yeah.
Wait. Shove, and he goes, oof. And he kind of like, you don't even like, you throw him overboard, and he's like, oh, and he pops back up. He sees that, you guys are just kind of playing around. And he goes, funny guy, funny. I'll let it slide this time, but don't play with me next time. I don't know who you are.
Captain Dengren, if I could just make sure that we all understand the situation, right? You've been paid to protect a gentleman who has tried to kill me, honestly, multiple times. It's just the last one really evolved, shall we say. I don't want to travel with him.
Again, I can see where there's a predicament, and at the same time, like I said, I got to kind of keep him alive. So, do you have a little boat? We can just maybe keep him on that little boat and tug him along.
No.
I'm sure we could hook up some driftwood behind the ship.
Well, that kind of sounds like fun, don't you think, Argent? I mean, at least you're not going to die against your rival, which clearly you need some work on. And you can see Argent kind of like looking back and forth and be like, I'll just stay in the corner. I don't want to be around you smelly folks anyway.
No. Argent and Hesperia will like walk up and get like right in his face. Like nose to nose, pretty much. Beg us to let you ride in driftwood behind the ship.
Go ahead and intimidation shit. that I mean like with advantage because Mythos did throw his bodyguard over.
Yeah, just a 15.
15.
I mean, still 15, but
It's 15, but again, Mythos
I will
threw
say
someone
Hesperia,
overboard.
to as far as Hesperia is concerned, she's dead serious.
Yeah.
She's gonna
No, I get it.
she's gonna kick him off if which, I mean, I don't know if that plays well with the other members of the party.
Yeah. We'll say
wanna
Gaia is
chime
not
in.
comfortable. However, when you start telling the story of how Party A tried to murder Party B and is not showing any remorse, she's like, while she doesn't want him to be killed, she's like, this guy's an asshole, and she'll follow the party, but she does not want him to die on the blood being on her hands. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, we don't.
No, I know.
We don't kill innocent, quote unquote, innocent people. He's not. Yeah.
But yeah, okay, but 15 on the
15. Argent, you can see like Heliope kind of look a little like, I don't know, and then looks over at Dengran and then Rutgar. Let me just roll something. Let me just do a proper roll for these
to be clear too, she's only saying it to Argent. There's
Yes.
no
Oh,
expectation
okay.
of the others begging.
I see. Oh, yes, I understand that. I just need to see if they can go through your bluff, if they can read between the lines. No. All these guys have some weak ass insight, and they actually have like pretty good stats. Jeez.
We'll say Argent's
None of them rolled over a 10.
definitely a few years older than Hesperia too.
Yes.
Well, they're not quite the same age.
Okay.
She is younger.
Yeah, that's the genius. So Redgar, Dengran, and Heliope kind of like, they don't quite intervene, but at the same time, they kind of tense up because they were hired, so they don't know that you are bluffing in that sense. But this is what you wanted. Argent kind of looks back and forth, sees enormous Mythos, sees Calder and Andromache, Gaia, never having heard of you guys, anything like that. However, knows your strengths at the end of the day, looks at Mythos with like some serious, like, this is a contender, sees that there's no weapons on anybody except Heliope, and then even he's like, it's a fucking staff. Kind of like balls his hands and, not looking at you, grits his teeth and says, Hesperia, Valen Rose, would you allow me to remain on this vessel? And he ellipses. Please.
Hesperia kind of just like, she still like stepped in. She was like, "You're so pathetic. You know that? You'll always be pathetic."
And he kind of like,
that decision isn't mine. You need to ask the captain. She wants to step back.
he gives you like the most murderous look that is, but masks it, like, but also like embarrassment. His face, like, he has a slightly, like, he's tan, darker skin, but you can see like the flush. His eyes are alight. He's on fire. His fists are clenched. He's shaking. He is so mad. Like, he doesn't even look at the captain. He just kind of like huffs, turns away, like he puts his back, but you can see the captain give just like, he heard an exchange, he saw what happened, and he just gives like a Greek thumbs up, ancient Greek thumbs up, Thalian thumbs up. You have 4 more passengers on this ship now, and you guys continue on. Is there any other exchanges you would like to have on this vessel?
Well, I would well imagine Hesperia's got a bit of explaining to do to the group.
A little bit.
I'll just sit
I
down.
think
for
we got
this.
it.
So
I think we picked it up.
Yeah, picked up. So Hesperia will like gather the group, like later.
I
After
think
their
what
stuff.
Mythos would most get onto it, he'd put a big hand on Hesperia's little shoulder, and he'd be like, "I get it. There was some shit there, but there's a darkness in you, girl."
Like a yin and yang kind of darkness, like a badass, like she's so mysterious and dark and full of untapped eldritch powers kind of darkness.
We'll see.
Look, if it makes you feel any better, I wasn't lying. Him and three of his best friends, they were training with the monk to be like the monastic order of the scene, which it is more famous for that. But they still couldn't fucking take me. Four of them jumping around the corner ended with my knife against his neck, crying for his goons to stand down. If I wanted him dead, I could have killed him then. I mean, I don't think I would have been punished for it.
That's not what I mean. There's a glory in vanquishing your foes. Correct, but
he's not my foe.
the joy you took in belittling him, it was unheroic.
Yeah, you're probably right. Sorry. I mean, him bringing up my dead family wasn't very and pushed a few buttons.
No, he's a piece of shit, but the taking the higher road is what makes us heroes.
We haven't been on a mountain once since I've been here. Where sea level is like one of the lowest elevations suitable for. I get it. No, I get it. Yeah. Yeah, no, I get it. Sorry. I'm sorry. Just a little bit
need to
of
apologize, but
old memories.
Can you shock my egg for me?
Yes, I can shock your egg. You should be aware the Argent is his name. Is the son of Commander Leandros. He's one of the pretty much the head of the royal guard of not Astoria, Arisia. The commander I owe a lot to. I believe it was his patronage that entered me into a scene, and he is every bit the hero that his son is not. God, I fucking want to strangle that little boy, though. That little shit. Keep an eye on him. His companion seemed okay at first blush, but he's a snake. He will probably try to steal one of the eggs if he thinks he can. If he hears about them, he probably is going to try to pay the captain to divert the course for his benefit. He's a snake.
Him trying to steal an egg seems like the fastest way for him to lose both arms. Calder says, kind of gesturing towards Mythos' axe.
It does, but I mean, he's like a cockroach. He might have picked up some of the cockroach-like tendencies, might be even more pronounced. If I find out that a scene let him back in after I graduated, I'm gonna have to take the high road.
Or get revenge.
Or burn
but
it.
In like a heroic revenge, right?
Right. Like ride in on a dragon and burn the academy down.
Yeah, fuck him.
Are you only saying that because it's an Oresian school of war?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair.
And it's like what? Like a house somewhere? It can't be big.
Yeah. It's like a house somewhere. And they train like monks that totally get their ass kicked by trained Mitrosian troops. Yeah, that's totally what happens.
No, I jest. I have a respect. There was a moment that I might not be the one standing here. And I don't know, I don't really talk about it a whole lot anymore, but Mythos does wear like a floor length red cloak. Yeah. Like a maybe recognizable to an Erosian. That yeah. That's where he got it from. Or maybe not. It's just a floor length red cloak. I guess that's not exclusive to the Erosian monks, right? But
I don't know. Is that
it is. No, it would be mostly the Erosian monks because they have a very particular type of red, particular type of fabric. They're very famous for it. So it's kind of like you're parading around a win, which is looked up upon like that, and especially in Mithras. So it's
Asperio just would be like, oh, I just assumed you like had a crush on, the badass Essene monks. It's, by the way, if you took that off a dead body, they were trained at Bendis, not Essene. Just so you know, any reliable Essenian would kick the shit out of you. Like I could, obviously, but we're friends, so I wouldn't do that.
indeed.
I know Kung Fu.
That's good. I know how to hug things to death.
It's a really strange tradition that Mitros has. It's not at all what we heard about. I think they just try to paint you all in like a more heroic light, but you're very good at hugging. You and Gaia both really just world quality huggers, but from like a different like on a different end of the axis.
Yeah. I get it.
Fuck, I wish it wasn't him.
Well, yeah. I mean, Arcos probably just like hang around and watch him. Might even do that thing. Arcos will like take a nod, right? He like fly below deck, find the dude, like perch somewhere well within sight, and when they look at him, he like points to his eyes, points at him, like, yeah, got my eyes on you. Other than that, I think maybe we should get a feel for his bodyguards, I guess.
We should.
See if they're hireable. Worth hiring. I should say their loyalties seem.
Leandros is very rich.
Swayed by gold.
I imagine Leandros is very, very rich. We have money, but not Arisian royal guard money.
Rich enough to go sailing the far corners of the. How do any ships survive? It makes no sense.
Honestly,
look what we've been through. We've saved this ship 3 times already. And every other ship we come across is either sunk or on its way to sinking. Or fighting so hard that they're going to sink each other.
Not every ship has the Heroes of Thylea on it.
Exactly. So we're like the one ship in a million that's going to see a dock again after setting out. People are crazy. He's just kind of in his way griping about sailing because, yeah, it's not what he thought it would be.
I love it. All right. Did we get any sort of like insight on what sort of caster what's her tits Heliope might have been? Was she more like did she seem like a wizardy sort or more like priesty sort?
She seemed I would say you probably want to go down and converse and check. You did see she had a staff. It was made out of wood. It didn't seem to have any like crystals or anything on it, but it was a really nice piece of wood. But it definitely wasn't one that you've noted that looks like an academy piece of wood.
Hesperia will ritually cast. Oh wait, no, I don't have detect magic, do I? Just shit. All right. Oh, I do. I do have detect magic as well. When did I get that? Was it in that book? I don't know if that was supposed to have detect
They may have been.
Might have been.
Yeah, there was the book that did have spells in
keep
there.
Keep it fun. Hesperia will ask Calder to ritually cast detect magic on himself, and maybe the two of them can go and have a chat with these bodyguards.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely.
Get a sense on if you know the staff is innate, like is just a focus, or is a dope ass staff. If maybe like this guy's armor is magical, anything like that. If they have any like hidden protective ability, like trinkets or things like that on them.
Absolutely.
Like
that. I'm just watching.
I don't know that we need to. Yeah, I don't know that we need to role play that out fully.
Yeah, I'll just can give you the information. If there's any other like conversations you guys can have to get like more information, because you kind of get the sense that they're willing to talk, but like they're kind of tired. But you go down. The staff is absolutely magical. She's probably a wizard, and you can kind of look at her robes and how she's dressed. It doesn't look like something a monk would wear, so she's probably not monk in quote trained, but she's probably definitely educated in terms in like magic schooling. She looks a little bit like slightly older. She's still young, but probably more closer, like older than you, definitely like late 20s, perhaps early 30s, but she looks she's very pretty. Dengran is, and she's quiet. She's definitely quieter. She is curious though. She seems to always be looking around, very inquisitive, which is pretty normal for anyone that is of the magic family. Dengran he's grandiose to the max. He's extremely appealing. But he's kind of like a bit of a know-it-all. He's like, first you want to parry and then you want to do this, and he's like a flair for the action. He's very like, this is it. Retgar is the most introverted, absolutely just not wanting any conflict. When he speaks, he kind of mumbles a bit. You've never met him, but for Calder, if you are with him, he sounds similar to the god of the forge, just in his like mumbles and wants to kind of be like, no, I'll just stay here in the corner. His armor is not magical. It just seems to have a lot of sentimental value, and you can tell by the way it's made. The make is stunning. It's a freaking dwarf. You don't know if he made it or if someone else made it, but you're familiar enough with dwarven lineage and armor and like ways of being, is that a lot of armor is passed down, or custom made, specialty made for a person, for one individual, and they really take it to heart to have their craftsmanship appreciated but this guy in a sense, this guy is just very quiet, and he's like, if you have anytime you ask him questions, he just gives like short answers, not to be curt. It's just that he may not know what to say.
Yeah, it's probably one of those things where Hesperia is doing a lot of talking with Heliope or whatever, and then just in the corner there's Calder and Rutgar carrying on conversations, but it's just like, nice armor, where'd you get it? Oh, nice.
Yeah. Basically, just like the one-liners. That's it. Sometimes just.
The old woods? Yep. Me too.
How about the Mithril Forge?
Yep.
It's nice. You should go sometime.
Yep. And that's where we will go ahead and wrap up for today. Next week we can have a little bit more interaction. I honestly did not think you guys would actually get to this shipwreck at all. It was 100% by freaking chance, and you guys got it, and I just used the excuse of the hurricane, which made sense.
So just a quick double check. So the staff is magical, like like more so than just like a focus
No,
would be?
it's magical focus. It's a focus.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, that's what I meant. Like 100% magical. It is. It's but it it lights up the same, in a sense. So yeah, it's a focus for casting.
Okay, then I don't have to steal it. Good to know. Okay.
Okay. All right, let's go ahead and conclude it here. Thank you all for hanging out with
Yeah.
Yeah. Defeated a hurricane. That was pretty epic. I was like getting hyped on the scene of the wave just by myself in my own headcanon. Great rolls, everybody. Fun stuff. Sorry it took so long to get through that, but you guys killed it. And next week is going to be the 24th. Everything should be, we are still poised to continue on. If I know some people are house sitting / animal sitting, so if something ever needs to like put on hold, it's absolutely fine. This week we have episode 8, I think. 9 8 9 whichever of Alex's campaign. I'll let you know. I'm pretty sure I should be there. I don't think my family's going to do anything for Friday, but if anything last minute comes up, I'll just let you know. So we good. All right, have a good night, guys. Goodbye.
Good night.
Good night.
Night.